New Classics started? New Classics started in 2013. For a very long time, myself and my two friends from college, Justin Gray and Brett Burkhardt, we'd always talked about starting our own theater company, and we came up with the idea. We wanted to, it was sort of a selfish thing between the three of us. We just wanted to put on a show together. We missed each other and we wanted to put on a show, so we just came up with this name, New Classics Company, and picked out a show, The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged. And we set out to do that. So they came down to the Cape in August of 2013, and in 2 weeks we rehearsed and put on the show the following weekend, and then they came back 2 weeks later and we did a couple more shows. And by the end of that run, we had really fell in love with the characters we had made for that play, so we decided to write another show, and we told ourselves next summer we're going to do it all again. We're going to do another show. It became more of a realized entity that winter of 2014 when I met with Lisa Kavanaugh, who's the coordinator here at the Geyer Barn, and she was basically pitching to me using the barn as a performance space, and I immediately jumped at the idea because, like we do in improv, I usually just say yes and then we move on. So I immediately said yes, and then I thought about the repercussions of saying yes, and realized we had a lot of work to do. But moving forward, we got to that summer of 2014, and we ended up putting, in 7 weeks, we were in residence here, and we ended up putting on 3 full play productions, including that sequel to our Complete Works of Shakespeare show, which ended up being, I've Got a Bad Feeling About This, a tribute to George Lucas, which was a lot of fun. And then from there, it's kind of become, we've sort of solidified into a core group of people putting on these productions in the summertime, and then out of the summertime residency, improv sort of has spiked off from that, and now we're here all the time. After Georgie's Full Swing opened, we said, let's do an improv show. So one of the Fridays after the show got out, we had the audience, we invited them to stay, and we did an improv show. And it went really well, surprisingly. And we had a lot of fun, everyone else had a lot of fun. So then a couple weeks later, we tried another one. A couple weeks after that, we tried another improv show, and then we all kind of felt really good about it. And we were like, we should do more of that next summer. So then the next summer, the very first Friday of our residency here in the barn, we did an improv show, and then it was basically decided that, hey, we're going to do an improv show the rest of the summer every Friday. And then as we were doing that, we started picking up people who were coming to the shows and actors from other productions we were doing here in the barn and saying, hey, you should come to improv rehearsal. Hey, you would probably be good at that. And then by the end of the summer, we had this core group of people who were very into it, and then the summer ended, and everyone who had been doing improv didn't want to stop, so it just kind of took off from there. I remember Lisa and Melissa came to the show that night, and they were like, we've never seen this many people in the barn before. So that really put us in the good graces with the town. And from there, we've been doing our best to try to keep that relationship great, because they treat us very, very well, and we appreciate everything that the town has done to let us use this space and really call it our home.
Improv is just short for improvisation. You know, it's just spontaneous creativity, which can be a lot of fun when you channel it into games and exercises as a team. So it can be defined a lot of different ways, I guess, but what we do here is we essentially play games and make up scenes off the tops of our head. On Friday nights, we take audience suggestions based on prompts given from a host, and our players will step forward and play a game based off those prompts. And all the games have different rules and different formulas. Some people might recognize them from a program like Whose Line Is It Anyway? But there are a lot of games that we've made up in-house that I'm actually pretty proud of quite a few of our own original ideas that keep everything fresh and new, because that's really the challenge, is making up something over and over again, but every time making it different and exciting and funny, hopefully.
As you can see, throughout the wetlands there's a deep rumbling of a low pressure system.
I got involved through free workshops that New Classics was offering, specifically improv workshops. I came in, played a bit, and they said, hey, you should start coming to our Tuesday night rehearsals. So I did, and after some time, there was kind of just not really a gap, but a need for someone to kind of step up and start really running the rehearsals and the Friday night shows, and I just kind of fell naturally into it. Never quite knowing what's going to happen. Just that kind of anxious feeling that at first is scary, but after a while starts to become comfortable and familiar. And you go out there and you get a suggestion, you have no idea what it's going to be, and anything that you thought you were going to do or ideas you had just go out of your mind, and you just start fresh every time, every scene. So that's exciting, and challenging yourself to do something different and not fall into old patterns, but explore new ideas every time that's what I love. That's what keeps me coming back. So. We have people that do a really great job of just constantly surprising you with how funny they can be and the new hats they can wear every time. So. Our shows are family friendly. We really strive to, and I emphasize greatly, we want to get to the heart of what makes everybody laugh. Just being constantly surprised by the humor and intelligence of people. There are some moments where you think you've seen it all and someone just blows your mind and you just laugh, and just that feeling of being able to come in here and escape from the craziness of everything else outside the barn and laugh with some really talented people. That's what's great about it.